Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's insane.
What?
Really? That's insane.
God.
He got
Really?
robbed. He got fucking robbed.
I got to see my $2,000.
No. If it went to decision, I wouldn't have bet.
Shit. What the fuck?
I still win my
Decision.
money.
Oh
But I still think Volk won that.
Volk won that fight.
We were convinced.
Were we too biased?
We might have been biased.
Were we, though?
We might have to watch it. I don't know. I mean, I don't think
I was
so.
very biased.
Well, let's see what the online people think. Because
It was
in
3-2.
my eyes, I thought it was 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2-2 going in.
The UFC judge's latest questionable decision came during the highly anticipated UFC 284 headliner between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski, where Derek Cleary scored the fight 49-46 in favor of Makhachev, while the other two judges saw the fight as much closer and scored it 48-47 in favor of Makhachev. All over social media begged to differ on Islam Makhachev being awarded the unanimous decision victory over Alexander Volkanovski, including Joe Rogan, which stated, "Oh my God, we were convinced that Alexander Volkanovski won the fight. We might have to watch it again. Let's see what people think online. In my eyes, I thought it was 3-2, while the other fighters claimed they were robbed." Here are some other reactions from the MMA community. Cormier tweeted, "That was a bad scorecard. 3-2 Volk lost nothing tonight. He fought better than anyone thought he could. He is as good as anyone at any weight in the world. Great fight overall." Diaz said, "Yeah, right. Islam got his ass whooped." Cejudo tweeted, "Respect. That was one of the most competitive fights in the history of the sport." Jeremy Stevens wrote, "Volk beat his ass." And Sam Alvey tweeted, "They did Volk dirty. Great fight, but wrong decision." Makhachev defends his title against Volkanovski in UFC 284 main event. The main event of UFC 284 between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski was a closely contested battle. Despite some setbacks, Makhachev consistently found ways to gain the upper hand, including a couple of knockdowns and a dominant ground game. When the fight was over, the judges' scores were 49-46, 48-47, and 48-47, resulting in a victory for Makhachev and handing Volkanovski his first loss in the UFC. "Thank you, Alex. It was a very good fight. I need some tough fights. I have to improve. I think he's going to be easy on the ground, but this guy improved a lot. I need tough fights," said Makhachev while the crowd showed discomfort on the decision. Hear it for yourself.
This is so short and hard opponent. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. It was very good fight. Many things happened before the fight, but I need some tough fight. I have improved. I have to improve. Thank you, Björk. I'm coming for you guys. Thank you.
Surprised you the most about Volkanovski?
Oh, I think how he prepared. I think he's gonna be easy in the ground, but this guy improved a lot.
It was an incredible performance. When it went to the scorecards, were you confident you were the winner?
Oh, you know, last all my fights, it was close. I need some tough guy. Tough fight. Thank you.
Simply the best, Nurmagomedov says to Islam after UFC 284 win. According to Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, who is also his training companion, showed that he is the finest MMA fighter in the world at UFC 284. In a post on Instagram, Khabib shared multiple photos of himself and Makhachev, along with the caption, "Simply the best, and you are already history, brother." Right after the fight, Khabib called Islam to congratulate him. He was so nervous and he was saying, "Why were you doing this?" I was like, "Hey, if you came to the fight, if you were in my corner, I could have done this, but you didn't come." Makhachev revealed. This is how the special moment looked.
Было бы легче, 100%.
Before we continue, don't forget to visit our website and subscribe to our free newsletter so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the world of the UFC in minutes. Click the information link above. And while you are at it, check out our podcast and social media accounts. Thank you for your support. Now let's get back to the news. Pros react to Rodriguez versus Emmett at UFC 284 co-main event. The co-main event of UFC 284 saw Yair Rodriguez taking on Josh Emmett for the featherweight championship. Rodriguez's impressive title win over Emmett earned widespread praise on UFC Twitter, including a call-out from former title challenger Brian Ortega for what we can assume could even be a future fight. Here are some reactions from the community. Ortega tweeted, "I'll see you soon, congrats." Ngannou tweeted, "Yair Rodriguez is always fun to watch. Big up to Josh. Congrats, champ." Combat sports commentator Majuri tweeted, "Yair Rodriguez joins his close friend Brandon Moreno as UFC champion, only the second fighter from Mexico to do so." Sterling tweeted, "Wow, beautiful submission finish. Emmett was bringing heat, but the speed of those kicks, man. I was saying it before that JE needed an early knockout because the speed and variety will cause trouble." Cejudo tweeted, "Flawless performance by Pantera UFC. He put on a clinic." Israel Adesanya contemplates future outside of UFC ahead of rematch with Alex Pereira. Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira are slated to fight for the middleweight title at UFC 287. In their previous fight, the last stylebender appeared to be headed towards a decision victory, but Pereira pulled off a TKO win in the final round to claim the middleweight title. Before their UFC fight, the two competitors faced each other twice, with Pereira emerging as the winner on both occasions. It will be interesting to see if Adesanya can finally defeat Pereira, or if Pereira will extend his record against Adesanya to 4-0 in combat sports. He said, "I've been in the UFC 5 years, right? If I'm being honest, I'm not gonna be here in 5 years. I have other things to do in life." Let's hear from himself.
I've been in the UFC 5 years, right? If I'm being honest, I'm not gonna be here in 5 years. I have other things to do in life. I've said this on with John Anik when I was talking to him on an interview. I said, "You've never seen on my Instagram bio or any of my social media bio UFC fighter once I became a UFC fighter. When I became champion, never UFC champion. I never attached myself to this. I love this shit and I'm fucking great at it, but I never attached myself to this, and I'm gonna leave on top." So yeah, that's the best way I feel like you should leave. But again, I've been here 5 years in the UFC. It went like that.
Beginning January, Adesanya tweeted, "I want to fight in Aussie one more time before I call it quits." Do you think we are watching the last of Adesanya? Let us know in the comments. That's all for today's video. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.